Oh, okay, I'll do it. I forgot we're not doing the intro like we always do. All right, so I've got a couple of slides to set this up. The purpose of this call, it's a free call to, let's do a live example of how you might choose straddles to straddle the Fed announcement. As you know, today is the Fed is meeting at 2 o'clock, which is 30 minutes from now. The Fed will announce interest rates, an interest rate hike, and we're expecting a 25 basis point interest rate hike, which is 0.25%, by the way. We might get a surprise. We might get a 50% basis, a 50 point basis increase, but we don't know for sure. So the idea here is, given that when the Fed speaks, oftentimes the market moves, then we're going to put on a straddle to take a little bit of profit. Now, I'm going to describe what this straddle is. Before I do it, I got to read this disclaimer. Stock, crypto, and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risks. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the stock, crypto, and options market. Do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. This is neither an offer to buy, sell, or recommend a particular stock, crypto, or option. You've heard that a couple of times. So here's the basic system. These slides will be posted along with the recording on our website. You'll receive links to the recording as well. But in essence, we're gonna buy a straddle about 5 to 10 minutes prior to the announcement at 2 p.m. Now, as you know, by now, hopefully, the Fed will announce at 2 p.m. the interest rate hike, and then at 2:30, the Fed Reserve Chief Powell will start speaking. So at those 2 points, at 2 o'clock and at 2:30, there is the possibility of big moves in the SPYs, and therefore we want to straddle. So the idea here is we're going to buy the straddle on the SPYs using same-day expirations about 5 to 10 minutes prior to the announcement. The exit rules, and these are still being fleshed out. First off, you're going to be out by 3 p.m. So it's a 1-hour hold time. We want you to consider taking a small profit at any time. You know, $100, grab your $100 if it's immediately available. That's a good exit rule. And then right after the 2 p.m. announcement, if you don't see any kind of movement, and certainly if your straddle starts to lose money, which is likely the case, then exit for a small loss. It's really important that you not hold this to expiration. We're using a 1-day straddle. We're doing it when the IV is slightly elevated, and they expire 2 hours after we place the straddle. So my drop dead is 3 p.m. Now, if something exceptional is happening, and you know the market rallies up and our calls are deep in money, we could handle that with maybe differently if there's a solid move going on. Now, some advanced things you can do. So that's the basic system, as simple as I can make it. And then the advanced, which is what I'm going to be doing with Jeff. Jeff should be on the call by now, hopefully. Yeah. Okay, hey Jeff, glad to have you here, brother. So you want a DNA? You know, we delta neutralized. The strategy is clear to all of you that have taken the earnings strategies. So what delta neutral adjusting is we want to capture movement. So if the SPYs move $5, that's a good place to delta neutralize. If we're going to use VWAP as well, and Jeff's going to help us with this. He's a VWAP expert. Volume weighted average price. It's an indicator that's available on different platforms. Jeff's going to discuss this in just a minute, what it is. And on this live one we're about to do, we're going to DNA it. We're going to delta neutralize it. Jeff and I are going to have a real-time conversation. He and I have never traded together, so I have no idea how this is going to go. We're just going to kind of, we both have a lot of experience with this, so we're going to work together, and hopefully we'll generate a nice experience for all of you. Now, it is possible, it's really important, if nothing happens, the markets don't move very much, we need to be ready to pull this off for a small loss. So that may be the outcome. You may lose money. It's a distinct possibility that we lose money on this very aggressive fastball type strategy. So with all that said, perhaps this could be a good time for you to simply paper trade versus risk any real money. That's a suggestion, a strong suggestion, unless you have some experience trading the system. So with that, I'm going to introduce Jeff. There, Jeff, where are you?
There
Hey,
you
bud. Yeah, so I'd like for you, if you would, to spend a little bit of time and give an introduction to VWAP, because we're going to be using that to delta neutralize. So I'm going to let you share your screen. There you go. And just tell us a bit about VWAP.
Yeah, so VWAP is really, it's the volume weighted average price. And what typically happens is brokerage houses and whatnot, when they turn around and they send all their buyers, sellers, or whatever to go out and do their buying and selling on whatever stock it is for that day, they usually use the volume weighted average. And what you're seeing, because you've got my screen, right? Mike, you can see it?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we have it. Yes, yes, yes.
I mean, it's kind of funny because Mike and I were talking, I don't know, an hour ago, Mike, and I told you that this thing is going to pin somewhere right around 405. And if you look at where the price has come to, it actually got up to 405 here just a little while ago. But anyhow, so that you guys are going to be able to understand and follow with what we're doing, the blue line that's in the middle here is the volume weighted average price.
Recording in progress.
Let me hit that. Volume weighted average price of the S&P. So what you're also looking at is I'm using tradingview.com. You can actually go out there and get it yourself. You can get up to so many indicators. I use the VWAP. It's VWAP is what we're using. And what these lines are here is this is one standard deviation away from the volume weighted average to the upside and the downside. The tan line is 2 standard deviations, and this lighter green line down here is 3 standard deviations. What has been happening is that the market's actually been going to about 2 standard deviations, then it reverses. And I will tell you that I bought a call on the S&P back here when it was at 404. I bought it for $2.12, and I literally just sold it here at $2.50, because what I knew was going to happen is this pricing was going to move its way back to the VWAP, to the volume weighted average. And what Mike and I are looking at doing is most likely we will be placing a straddle. It looks like right around the 405, Mike. I was wondering for a while if it was going to be 404, but the 405. And then what he's going to do, because he's quicker at it, is do the DNA, and we probably will get down to 2 standard deviations. And I will tell you, as soon as the number is given, this thing could hit 406.20 and then drop all the way down to 403.80. I mean, it's within 2 minutes. So, and usually what I do is I typically 10 minutes before, which is what Mike's going to do, 10 minutes before, we will place a trade, a straddle on the S&P. Probably, I'm guessing the 405 right now. Yeah. And once you do that, what ends up happening is I then, as soon as I'm filled, I go in and I do everything off my phone. So that's why I was telling Mike, it's a little tough for me, because I'll go into the spies. I've got it already set up with straddle, and all I do is find the 405 straddle. I poke on it, hit it, trade. Normally I don't do market orders on trades like this, or on trades with options. And this situation, because it happens so fast, I hit market order, because and I take whatever they're going to give me. And then what I do is I then go in and I place the opposite order, and Mike's going to show you how to do all that on Thinkorswim. But what you want to do is be prepped, be prepared. The other thing I was telling Mike is what I typically do is I know I like to make $200 on this trade because I can make it in 10 minutes. So I will turn around, and when I hit the opposite order, sometimes I'll go in there and I will hit what I know I need to have to make the $200, get in, get out. So,
Yeah.
but VWAP, everything, as you guys can see it this morning, it opened up, it tried to go through VWAP, came down, went back up again. It could not get up over the second deviation, comes back or comes down to the second deviation. Soon as it reversed, I don't know why my screen is doing, so much activity is going on, is what's going on. There is a ton of volume coming in here. This is what this is volume over here. If you look at it, as soon as it broke above the VWAP, that's when I buy. And then I look to sell. I usually follow up behind the previous bars with my stop losses, is what I do.
Hey, Jeff, would it be fair to say, just to kind of give everybody a nice concept that's real world, would it be safe to say that the blue line is like a gravity line?
Correct.
The stock tends to gravitate towards the blue line. So when it goes below, it comes back to it. When it goes above, it comes back down to it. Would that be a fair assessment to distinguish
Yes.
the blue line?
And if you think about it, the brokerage houses, if you're told you're going to have to buy 100,000 shares of some stock and you're going to buy them in 20,000 share lots. Well, think about it. If you're down here buying it, you're winning, right? It's when it gets up over that blue line that it becomes very crazy that you're not going to be doing a lot of buying. But on the flip side of it, if you're a brokerage house that has to turn around and unload a certain number of shares, you're going to want to be unloading above that volume weighted average.
Yeah.
So it's really a line that gravitates the buyers and the sellers, and you really just watch it. At the end of the day, I sent out one of those things. I said, well, guess what? It closed within 30 cents of the VWAP.
Yeah. It's pretty magical, Jeff.
Yep.
Seems too good to be true, but you've been doing really well with it, right?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I do a lot of these trades based upon the VWAP. I typically don't trade in this first half hour of craziness. And that's because the option prices are inflated, unless, of course, I'm going to sell. If I'm selling, I'm one of these guys that's up in here trying to unload because I'm profitable.
Yeah. So very good, very, very good. So what here, just to kind of recap, and we're going to start looking for our trade here in just a second. But what we're going to do here, just to sort of wrap it a little bit and tie it in a bow, is at 10 minutes before, we're going to be buying an at the money straddle on the SPYs for today's expiration. And then we're going to wait 10 minutes to 2 o'clock. And then we may delta neutralize at 2 o'clock if the stock has moved. Jeff and I were talking, it often happens where the 10 minutes before the announcement, the market will move. If we get a movement, we'll DNA right before the 2 o'clock announcement. And then after, we're going to be waiting to see what happens right at 2 o'clock. And we're going to be delta neutralizing right at these the two standard deviations, which is the mustardy tan line, 2 lines down below here. Is that a beige band?
Yeah, you can see it. It says 403.81 and 406.20.
So we have numbers already, and we can use those strikes to set up the roll. Set up the roll order, the DNA order as well. So that's going to be really handy, Jeff.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, let's see what happens. And by the way, if you're interested in more about VWAP, shoot something in the chat box there and tell us if you'd be interested in a class on VWAP. And then I'm going to get this going here. Let's go right into the software. I've gone to options, comms tools. We're going to make this available for everybody out there. So I'm going to do some basic stuff here. So you go to options, option chains, go to the SPYs, and there's the SPYs, hit update. I want the options that's expired today at 4 o'clock. What? Yeah, we're going to be out in time though. So let's build this. I click update one more time. And then Jeff, I like the 405s. I'm with you. So I'm going to come down here and I'm going to find the 405 calls. and the puts. Calls are on the left, puts are on the right. Let's just do one. And I'm going to hit my risk graph button. And this risk graph is not going to be useful to us too much because it's only going to give us price stamps every 20 minutes. So once we build this, it's going to be useless for the most part. Let's go down from, I don't know, 390 to 420. So I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to show you something. I just saw it. 390 to 420, zooming in so you can see the risk graph. And let's talk about the risk real quick here. There's your straddle. This, if nothing happens and you hold it to expiration and the stock ends up at 405, then you lost $517. Now you're not going to lose, most likely max risk. The stock won't close at 405 exactly, most likely, but you can't save this. You can't hold this to expiration. We're in and out within an hour, maybe longer if the stock's making a hell of a move. Otherwise, you're definitely out of this by no later than 3 p.m., if not sooner. So time decay is going to work against us, but we're not going to see time decay start, and it's massive. We're not going to see time decay hurting us too much in the first half hour to hour of the day, particularly if the SPYs are running. Now, here's the one risk. The IV is very high, and that means that once the announcement happens and the news is out, the IV will collapse. So this does have IV crush risk. It's extraordinarily aggressive, everybody. This is not a system you can back test very easily. You can't back test it. You can only live test it, and you got to be really careful. Okay, so we're going to do this on paper. Just do simulated and practice and see how you feel about it. Okay, so now I've got my straddle. I've got 3 minutes. I want to buy the 405 straddle, 405 call, 405 put for Feb 1. I feel my energy starting to get jacked up. Yeah, this is like fast pitch, man. It's like it's very exciting. And I need to keep myself contained so I can describe this so everybody, at least people, have a better chance of understanding what I'm doing. All right. So here's the 405. I've got Feb 3s. I'm just going to buy it. The slippage is extraordinarily tight on these. It says 507. I'm going to do one contract. And I'm going to see it's, we got 3 minutes. So what I'm going to do, I could set up a contingency order, but I think I'm just going to hit the send button in 2 minutes. So you got 2 minutes to ask any very quick questions that you might have or comments, anybody. And then in about a minute and a half, I'm going to hit the send button here.
Mike, did you say you had the Feb 3s rather than the February 1?
Did I have Feb 3s here?
I don't
No,
know.
Feb 1s.
You did there, but on Think and Swim.
Feb 1s.
Feb 1. Okay, good.
Yeah. Thanks for checking that. I appreciate it.
I ended up getting filled at 508, Mike.
You got in already?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna follow the rules, so we
Yep.
teach discipline. Yeah,
It's
I don't know
gonna
how
be
you
somewhere
feel.
right on 506, 507 anyways.
Okay, the stock's at 404.26. I may want to drop it to, we'll see, the stock's down to 404. So I'm probably going to drop this down to 404. We can try two different straddles, Jeff.
Yep,
Few-
and the 404 is like only a couple pennies different. believe
Okay.
it or not.
There it is. What I want to do is be really strict about the rules so that we can teach good habits.
Right, see the price? It's within cents.
Yeah, they're pretty much the same price there.
Yep,
Yeah, so it doesn't matter too much.
no,
Okay, it's 12:49. As soon as this number up here hits 12:50, I'm gonna hit the send button, and then
I got filled for 506.
I'll set up the DNA immediately after the fill. Okay, I'm going for 505 currently. So I'm just following my rules.
yep,
I'm gonna try to get 505. God, it's penny wise. It doesn't make any difference. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm in this mode where I want to win. You know, I
I'm
feel like
100% with you.
you know what I mean? Like I'm sweating a little bit. I'm excited. I love it. All right, I can't resist. I'm gonna hit confirm and send.
You sound like you're at the Kentucky Derby.
Or at the casino table. Okay, I didn't get 505 yet. Let me
That's-
cancel replace. Make them
Mike,
508.
I think you got filled. I see 1,000 contracts more on that strike.
No, it's right here. Oh, I see what you mean. Yeah. All right. I got to get filled here. It's not critical.
That's the danger with this. That's one of the reasons I tell everybody at least, 10 minutes before is the rule, because if you wait, you may not get filled.
Okay, I just put a market order and I'm not in yet. Yeah, I got it. Okay, so I'm in at 505 for the market order.
So you got your number anyways.
Oh, I got it for 507. I was looking at the wrong thing. 507. So let me go ahead and put 507 here. And now what I want to do is set up the DNA. We might do it as early as 2 o'clock. So there's my order. And now what I'm going to do, and this is where if you want to do the DNA, you got to always have your DNA ready in the hopper. So I'm not really timed to DNA yet. I'm going to go to my position statement, grab the 404 straddle, right click it, create closing order. All right, so that's going to be the closing order for the straddle. And what I want to do now is actually, you know what? I did it wrong. This is even faster. This is the best way to do it. Right click, create rolling order is what I want to do. And this is going to give me 2 sets of strikes, 2 straddles I can do. So the cell is here. That's what we own. And then I'm going to change this here. Well, let's just pick a different strike. I'll change the strike. I'm assuming we're dropping, so we'll change it. And I'll review this in a minute. The whole thing, and again, I got to move this in. Okay. All right. So I'm going to Feb 1. I got to change that expiration to Feb 1.
Yeah, because you hit rolling, right?
I hit rolling, and it sets up the roll order for us.
Yeah.
And so what I have here is this order is ready to go. The only thing I have to change when it's time to DNA is the strike. So this is ready to go. I don't know what the strike will be if we decide to delta neutralize, but we'll find out. Jeff's going to be looking at VWAP. I'm going to be looking at support resist. Actually, VWAP gives you earlier adjustments than what I was thinking, which was, well, 5-point increments. Certainly, you would want to DNA this thing if the spies hit this resistance level here, which is 5 points higher or 5 points lower. So certainly consider delta neutralizing at 5-point runs, but VWAP is actually going to give us earlier DNAs than that. So most likely, Jeff, you'll be giving us the signals prior to hitting a 5-point run, from what I saw.
Yeah, and I mean, it could be literally in 1 minute, I'm telling you it's 408, and 1 minute, the next minute it's at 403.
Mm-hmm. And we got to do the best we can to be prepared for the next adjustment right after the one we get. And Jeff, I like your market orders. We don't have time to be dilly-dallying with mid-price. So I agree with you there. I think we ought to be using market orders. So having said that, I'm going to change this here to market. And then we don't have to worry about, getting the mid price and shaving 1 cent off with the slippage so tight anyway.
Right.
So now what I'll do is go to a chart and go to spies and make this a 1 minute bar. That's one of the time frames. So I click this D here, which is default. That's 1 year, 1 day. And I'm going to make it 1 day, 1 minute. And then we can watch the action. All right, so you can see here, certainly by 405 we'll DNA. And then if we drop down to 403, 404, another DNA. Support. Look for your support levels and resistance levels. There's resistance there. There's resistance there. There's support at 404. There's support at 40. That's 404. And but again, Jeff, your VWAP lines precede those numbers, so we're going to count on you to give us our signals.
Gotcha.
Good afternoon, Mike. Thanks for being here. Could you look at your DNA setup order again, for me, please?
You know what? Before I do that, I have a mistake here.
Okay.
I bought the 404s, not the 405s. I changed it and I didn't change it in the risk graph. Let me do that quickly. That's correct. Let's go back to, and you're welcome, Paul, first off. Thank you for the,
Thanks for having us.
yeah, this is fun. I'm enjoying it, man. Let's go to the trade. This is the roll order that's set up. And so, Paul, do you have Thinkorswim?
No, I don't. I'm on Schwab. I'm just,
Yeah.
I'm a spectator.
Yeah, so all the rest of you that don't have Thinkorswim, you can set up the order just like here. I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut it, paste it. And then put it on the presentation so it's much more visible. All right, so here's the order. And you can fill out your form-based platform using that right there. Make it bigger. And now we wait. So exciting. Maybe if one of you out there could keep an eye on the announcement, CNBC or something, and let us know when the news comes out. It'll happen exactly at 2 o'clock.
Well, you'll know it on the graphs.
The graph will say it too. Just add to the fun.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So right now we are waiting for any move to neutralize delta on that trade.
Yeah.
Okay. But if the graph on Tom's tools is not really gonna let us see where is the delta and how to adjust it, then how would we know?
You don't.
Mhm.
Do you know that when you delta neutralize, you reduce directional risk? Do you know that to be true?
Look
Yes.
at how much
Okay.
money you're making. That's it. That's what you're gonna see. Going up or down.
I see.
That's the
And
only thing you
so-
can see. Up or down.
So then you close the one which you have open and open another one with the delta neutral.
Are you finished with this?
You
Yeah.
can see it right here. This is what we're gonna,
Mhm.
now I don't know what the strike's gonna be. So that we're in this straddle, the 404, and I don't know, we're
I mean
gonna,
405.
okay, whatever. You're in the
Mhm.
405, and then have this order ready. Pick any strike you want for this is the buy, and
Mhm.
these are the sells. So you have this buy order ready to go, this roll order. And pick any strike you want that's not 405 for you. And then just put just a dummy strike. And then if we do get a move, then we'll go ahead and just plug it in and hit send at market price, and we'll be able to roll immediately.
Right, because
Gotcha.
like that 403 could really be 406. It depends on the direction of where it jumps to. So everyone needs to know that
Mhm.
it
Yeah.
could be, it depends on the direction.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Thank you.
you're welcome. Hey, you know what I just thought of, Jeff? What's the first upper VWAP number?
The first standard deviation is 405.57, but the next one's 406.16. So 406 is what you'd want to have.
Okay, so I can plug that in
Yeah.
just in case. So we'll have that 406 plugged in. And then the other thing I just remembered here, or just thought of, is hold on, let me finish this out. So we could put a contingency order to roll this immediately when 406 is hit. Now, with a minute to go, I'll show you how to do this later, but over here, I could set up a contingency order to execute this market price the instant 406 is hit, but we might adjust something else differently. So I don't know what the strike's going to be. So what we do actually to the upside, but we also have the downside as well. But there's a way to set this up and automate it. It just occurred to me that we'll have to talk about after the call or the next time we do this. Okay, so now we wait. Woohoo!
One more minute and you will, when you catch that graph, you're on the 1 minute chart, right? Yeah. Okay.
Hey, Jeff, after the factor another time, I pulled up the team viewer and I have one standard deviation, but I don't have the other. So maybe you could show us that.
Here we go. 4.0, we're dropping a bit. Gotta go fast. So I'm gonna put 403. Oh, hell yeah. let's make this 403. That's one of our numbers, right, Jeff?
Yes,
Can somebody tell me where we're at? 403.95.
403, 403.70, 403.48, 403. I mean, he must have come out with half a percent.
403.85.
Mike, one's 406 and one's 403. The
Quarter
Okay.
percent. But you could have gotten out already at 560. You could have made $60 on this in a minute,
Yeah,
over 10%.
stocks is hanging at 4. It did actually touch 403, but I missed it.
That's why I can't DNA like you.
That's why we're going to have to maybe think about using contingent orders.
So here we go on the upside now. We're going to swing to the upside.
Okay, so let me get 405 ready. Well, if you already have 405. Okay. We're at 404.68. It's tricky. 405.03, confirm and send. We're
And when
done.
you're done, when we're done, Mike, I will show everyone the VWAP, the charts. It hit the third standard deviation, which was
Yeah,
4.
not right now, not right now.
No,
Let's talk
I
about it
know.
later. So I just got to get the order set up. Let me go ahead. So we have a new 405 straddle. Sorry, Jeff.
Yep.
Let's create a rolling order. And now I want to set up my second strike. So I've got the cells there, 405. I don't know where we're going, bud.
Right now we're at 405. We're right around the,
We're right kind of where we started.
yep. Now it's selling again. We're at 404. It's fast.
It's so fast.
So I lost the contact for a moment, the internet. Did we already adjust
Yeah, we don't have a lot of time. Yeah, we did. We just did. Yeah. I know it's
404, Mike.
404 still. Okay. So I think it looks like it's so fast. 403 might be the next. Yeah, it's dropping now. So I'll change
It's
this,
coming.
change this to 403. And 403.40. 403.60. Now it's bouncing back up.
Yep. It's now going to bounce around until 230.
Let me see where we're at in terms of P&L. I do have this position here that I need to close. This is a long position that I didn't close out. So let me get rid of that so we can see our P&L better and where we stand on this straddle itself. Send. Just want to get a look at our P&L so far. Okay, we're breaking even at the moment. So
Yeah.
there's our P&L for the open trades. We're breaking even. Don't know how we'd do if we hadn't broken even, quite honestly. I hadn't DNA'd, but we're treading water, waiting for 230 now. That's good.
As it treads water, that's when you can go to the bottle and have a drink.
It's not just iced tea in here, let me tell you.
No, not today.
Isn't this fun though?
I'm like Paul, I'm just observing today.
Yeah. Leo, how do you feel? You made money on the last few.
Yes, I did. I'm not making money right now. I'm not losing a lot, but I'm probably bought too early. Still waiting. Last time it took a little bit longer.
You got one, hopefully one contract, right?
Oh yes, one only.
It really hasn't moved that much this time, like the others.
Not as drastic. If
That's
you-
right. That's right. It's not moving.
What
Like-
did he raise the interest rate?
Quarter.
Mhm. So non-news, right?
Yeah, but if he says, if he's hawkish, then this is gonna turn over.
Yeah, so we gotta wait till, we'll go longer than 2:30
Yeah,
because this is so darn fun. Now, we do have, we bought the 405, we now have the 405 straddle, at least the one I'm trading. We have the 405 straddle. We're back down at 404. I mean, you can make a case to DNA there as well. In fact, I should. But now we're heading back up. Let's see. Let me change that to 404. So we're kind of learning as we go along a little bit. What's my trade position?
here we go.
I've lost my screen's not operating right here. Where's my freaking order? Oh, I don't see it. Okay, I'll have to do it again.
You didn't sell it at market, did you?
I rolled it at market, but I don't see the order that I had just set up. There it is. Okay, so I've got, where are we at here, Jeff? 404, hanging in at 404.
445, somewhere right around there.
I'm gonna drop it to 404 if it gets back down there again. I should have done that because we had the 405. It's at 404.50. So, all right. So now it's heading back down. Such a fast game. Let's zoom in from 2 o'clock, right before 2 o'clock. Okay. So right now, the straddle I have is positioned here at 405. And what I didn't do that I should have done was to DNA back down to 404. That's what we do with a regular. Now it's heading back up to 405 again. That's where we are.
Yeah.
Jeff, do you want to show your VWAP screen
Sure.
so they can see how it looks on a minute bar? Oh, we're back up to 405. Let's wait a bit. Starting to head up. 405.22. Let me get 406 ready.
406 is the next standard deviation.
Okay. 406. 406. And then market.
Price isn't working well.
I tell you what, now I think about this, y'all, using contingent orders would be awesome. We'd have to use an OCO. And the thing is, it takes so long to set up, it might not be possible to set up 2 working orders, 2 roll orders with 2 contingencies would be a little tricky. Okay, we're hanging out at 405.60. If we hit 406, I'm going to hit the send button here. And we'll lift our 405 up to 406.
Get ready.
All right. Tell me when. Yeah, Jeff, let's tag team this. Tell me when it hits send.
You're at 405, 94, 92, 90, 95, 96,
I'll take it.
97.
Send.
It hit it and went off.
You got it. I don't know if we're going to make any money here, but this is the best way to do it. I think we're breaking even. All right, I'm going to set up.
So you're still ahead of me by me just buying and holding it.
Oh yeah, are you down a little bit?
I'm down $1, down $100.
So now everybody, that's really key because Leo, who's trading it, is down a little bit, and I'm not because I'm doing all this heavy lifting to do the rolls. So this is a testimony to the importance of rolling, I'd say, Jeff.
Yep.
Let's go to 407 just to set it up, have something that, is that the next level up, Jeff?
Yeah, but it's pulling back.
It is, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so I'll leave it at 407 and change it later. Let's go back to a live chart. Come on, baby.
See your 406 number there?
Yeah. Hey, talk about VWAP, power of VWAP. And then after 406, you have the next deviation, right?
Well, it's 406.18 is the next standard deviation, but everything gravitates towards even numbers. So your 406 was a smart move. After 406, your next move is 406.84 is the third standard deviation, or
Okay.
actually 407, and you're heading there.
All right. Let's see, we got 407 set up here. We do. So as soon as we get close to it, if you hit the send button at market price. Oh, now we're down to 406 again.
Yeah, 405.60, which is the first standard deviation.
111. All right, we got about 20 minutes, no, 18, 19 minutes before Hal starts speaking. So really, I mean, in terms of movement, we were at 404 at right before 2, and we're at 405.70 now, and there's just not a lot of movement. It's kind of what I was expecting. We've had so much hard inflationary data, and it's starting to get better, and the news is what was expected. So the market's trying to digest what to do, and it's not done anything really. This looks like a lot, but really, this is a all the numbers are now one apart, and you can see there's been very little movement.
But if you were to be buying calls and puts on your own, if it's crazy, it's hard to do. This is what day traders are doing. But if you were buying, like when it hit the second standard deviation, I would have bought a 403 call and I would have sold it at 406. And I would have made probably $200 or $300.
Yeah.
But, with an option, I would have bought the 403 option, 403 call is what I would have bought. Not the
Once it starts to move in a direction, Jeff, would a call or put be more profitable or better than the straddle,
Yes,
assuming that it's going to go to the next, whatever the next standard deviation on the VWAP?
yes. And what Mike and I were looking at and talking about earlier is the reason that we've gone this way with the straddle right off of the bat is because literally you need to try to make your money in the first 5-10 minutes, because it does the multi-directional move. But you're right, because I'm sitting here looking at this, and 4 minutes into this, I would have bought the 403 calls. And right now, I would be sitting there holding because it's still up above the first standard deviation on the VWAP.
Mhm.
So I like this discussion on directional, and that's something Jeff and I spoke about today as well, is to use the VWAP for directional trading as well. This is volatility trading. We're looking for movement anywhere, but the VWAP can be used for really nice, precise entry and exit points. But you need to learn it, and Jeff has agreed to teach us a class in the near future. So
Yeah, I'm thinking of it with the earnings, the OCP versus the red wave.
Yeah.
And even here, I can see starting with a straddle, because you don't know how the market's going to go. But boy, once it goes, it seems to really hit those various lines.
it just dumped the losing side, right, Pat?
Yeah.
So to that point, I did that the very first time I did this. Unfortunately, I took the wrong one because it went so fast that direction. I got rid of the one that would have been more profitable. So yes, I agree with you.
Yeah.
However, you need to be in the mindset, I'm going to dump both sides. It's just when.
Yeah.
You could stage the sell order with a call, and then once you decide put, just flip the call to a put and hit send to set it up.
Yeah. What I've usually done is I've set both sides to sell independently.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the other thing I was thinking with Mike, you could probably do 2 contingencies right from the beginning.
Yeah.
So Pat, to the tune of the you know, doing this with earnings. There's a couple that I've gotten into that, you know, with the iron condors that, oh my God, all of a sudden this thing's gone against me. But I didn't panic. And I didn't panic because I used the VWAP to my advantage. If you look at somebody, a company like Snap this morning, they were way down before the market opened. And, you know, the knee-jerk reaction is that the stock goes back up. And
Yeah.
it's usually because the shorts are covering because they were right?
Yeah.
So they want to take their profits. And it's the reverse on the upside. If a company announces great earnings and it jumps, typically the people want to sell because, oh my God, I finally got back to even or
Yeah.
ahead, and they want to take their money. So I use VWAP as the guide to tell me when to make sure what minimizing my loss if it's going to
Yeah,
be.
yeah. And particularly, as you said a while back, that first hour, and particularly with earnings, but some volatile situation like this or earnings coming out, that first hour can be really crazy.
Oh, it is. It's nuts.
Okay, a great discussion. So currently we have the 406 straddle, and I'm going to DNA it at 405 when we get back to the original strike, and I'm almost there. Okay, so I've got that set up. 405. Once we hit 405 here, and Jeff, you can let me know. 405.21.
15, 14, 7, 6, 4.
Boom. Got
And
it.
it's just that fast.
And we're now at 405.
Now it's going back up.
Good, beautiful. So you know what I'm starting to see emerge is like 1-point strikes seem to be the DNA, the levels from VWAP, at least for today. Oh, we're dropping again.
Yeah, it's dropping like a rock now.
Let's get to, oh, I didn't get the other order set up. Let me get the next roll set up. Create rolling order. And then get my, oh, you know what I did? I made a mistake. Darn it. I didn't put the right expiration in that other one. See how many, it's so easy to make a mistake. Feb ones.
I like the DNA. It's a lot.
Yeah.
Man, you gotta be on it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Jeff, what the VMAP tells you about selling on the bottom? 403, 402, 404?
403.50.
403.50, okay. Thank you.
404.75.
I made a mistake, so whatever the results we get are not going to be accurate. I hate to tell you that because I have the 403 straddle now.
That's right. I think we should probably put in at least one mistake.
So it's the first time I've done this, and so what I'm gonna do here is sell the Feb straddles and make them.
One down again, Mike.
Yeah, I'm gonna make the Feb, make these others Feb ones. Just sell the Febries, make them Feb ones, confirm and send, so I get the proper expiration date. So I made a mistake and I used Feb 3s instead of the Feb ones. But what we're demonstrating, I believe, a really cool way to trade this. So now I have the 405s.
Yeah, it's coming right up to there.
Yeah, we're right at 405 again.
But Mike, what is your blue line? Is that the 30?
That's the 200-day average.
200. So again, one of the things that you guys, and I'll show you when I finally show you mine, the moving averages are another set of guardrails when you look at these.
Yeah, and we use shorter term moving averages, right, Jeff?
Yeah, I use, well, that's why I asked you 200. That's really the 200 minute.
Correct. Okay, we're at 405. Is anybody else doing these adjustments?
I am, but I'm doing it with TTR and I'm watching think or swim. And when you say something, I look at two numbers and say, all right, those are the numbers. And then I go type.
Okay, good. So you can give us but the problem, Andrew, is that one of my roles was for Feb 3s. So I screwed up. So the numbers aren't going to quite be correct, but I wouldn't imagine there's too much difference between 2 days in option value. So it should be close. So we'll use, if you could, Andrew, we'll just use yours as an estimate to see how we're doing, how we end up doing. Are you up right now, Andrew? What's your P&L?
Hold on a second. Are we a few minutes away? Because I have the next thing set up, on the risk graph. And if I go look at
You're 10 minutes away and it's amazing, but it's sitting right on the VWAP.
Yeah.
Okay, let me kill the order that I have set up.
I mean, this, if anything, this should tell everybody that everything moves towards that VWAP.
I am currently up $57.
Woohoo!
All right, it's starting to move there, Andrew.
Getting ready here.
I missed I think it was the second. I went in at 405, I got the 403, and I missed one of them. So I didn't get all of the DNAs.
Okay.
But I've got what? You see, 1, 2, 3 closes so far, I think. Maybe I got them all.
This is quite a bit harder than a broken butterfly. I'm sweating. I'm like, oh my God.
Mike, you were saying this is demonstrating something, how to do it or whatever, and I'm thinking, yeah, this is demonstrating crazy
What can go wrong?
behavior.
The main issue is that it's not moving. It's moving 2 points.
That's
Yeah,
amazing.
it's right now 405.06.
Yeah, it's not moving.
It's,
I think we're going to move in 8 minutes.
yeah.
Last time right. Last time I think it started moving 2:30.
Yeah.
When
But
the-
one thing we've proven is that DNAing at one point strikes in the first half hour mitigates risk.
Yeah.
We're not losing any money. And some of you, Leo, you're losing a bit of money, right?
Yeah, I'm only on 406 right now, and I'm losing $80.
Okay, which is pretty good.
It's okay.
But we're up $48.
I'm having a lot of fun though.
You're not going to
Small
sell.
price of fun.
You won't be selling any pizza from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. on that announcement day.
No pizza today. Not right now. No pizza.
Come back in an hour.
Yeah, correct. Don't bother.
I got so confused that I closed that sucker.
Hey, Peter, I got confused. I wasn't confused. I just made a mistake. I picked the wrong freaking expiration date because I was trying to move so fast.
I got confused too and bailed out.
Yeah. But it's a good exercise for what we do next time. I think maybe we'll do these every Fed announcement just for fun.
Yeah.
But we're pinned at 405 at the moment, pretty close. Nothing's been said about, of course, about the stance, so we have to wait a few more minutes here. Maybe we get a move right before he speaks. But yeah, this is day trading, no doubt. I tried day trading in my early days, and I was like, hell no, I'm not doing this.
On CNBC, there is already the speech. They published the speech. Unbelievable. They already had a test.
Wow.
See here, I hesitate to go and look. Bloomberg might be better.
I found this quite hard to follow. And I want to ask Jeff, is there a way that you could send out a screenshot?
Yeah.
Let's just show it right now. We could, because you can tell me when it's time to DNA from your screen, and I'll do that in the background, Jeff, if you'd like to show it.
So right now, what we've been saying is 405 was the number. This is where we got in. You can see the big spike. What happened is it came down. It actually went past the third standard deviation here. Then all of a sudden up she went, back down it went. And like I said, I would have bought the 403 calls right here. It went all the way up. This is where I was telling Mike to make the change at 406. Down it came. And mind you that this blue line is the VWAP, and it's sitting right on the VWAP. What I have here, this blue line is the 10-day or 10-minute moving average, and the pink line is the 30-minute moving average, and they're about to cross. But a lot of times you'll see that they come back down to it. Again, right here, it's trying to hover on that 10-minute. And again, it's hovering on the 10-minute.
And
Can you send up directions on how to set up your screen?
Yeah, I don't, this is a service I paid for out of tradingview.com. There's another one that I have, but I didn't want to show it because it's too sophisticated. That is Solid Jello's thing. That Mike and I will, as a part of my training, I'll show you some of that stuff because there's other things that are on the hourly and on the minute and multi-day. And Mike, it did hit the multi-day like I said it would.
Yep. Yeah, this is just the tip of the iceberg, right, Jeff?
Yeah, this is, I mean, not to confuse you guys, but this is what the other one looks like. And I told Mike that this was going to hit this line, which was the right around 402.50. And what did it do? It hit this line, pierced it, and jumped back up. But this is more sophisticated, and this goes along with the Solid Jello setup that I sent to you. The green line is the VWAP.
So Solid Jello is on Thinkorswim?
No, he doesn't. He's got his own proprietary. You got to pay for it. And he actually goes in and helps you set it up in Thinkorswim on your computer. At 8 hours, I was on the phone with him. So there's a lot.
So he helps you set it up, but it's on, but the display is on Thinkorswim.
Correct. He has programmed Thinkorswim,
Okay.
but we could talk about that another day.
Yeah, Jeff, I got to ask you. So you have some code that can be embedded in Thinkorswim to generate the VWAP screen that you use. That's correct, right?
Yeah. So, well, Mike, if you pull up your screen.
Hold on, no, just a second.
Okay.
What's my next question? Do you think if you have this code, can
I copy paste it and get it to others?
Yeah, good.
Except that I would do that, but it's proprietary to him.
Oh, yeah, we can't do that. Yeah, sorry.
No.
about that.
Maybe
It's
Hub
right protected.
can Hub put it on theirs?
I could ask. Here's what we want to do. I'm just
Talk
watching.
to Tom.
Let me, no, hold on a sec. We're at 4:05. We got 2 minutes left, so we're gonna get ready. What I got to do is show the power and the benefit of it. And then with that, I could probably get JP even to put it in integrated investor.
Yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. It's becoming the hottest thing because as you saw, everything's gravitated to the 405 number.
Yeah. Where the
That's the VWAP.
Yeah. All right, guys, it's 1:29.
It formed a beautiful triangle, so it looks like it's ready to break out.
Correct.
I think it's going to move somewhere. Welcome. You're very welcome to that sage advice.
Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't think it's going to stay at 405. I'll say that.
No.
Okay.
And actually the IB has been growing on that 405 that I had is actually gone up 20 cents. And it's hovered right where it is. Here we go.
Are we going up? Hmm. The thing is, it could spike to 406 in a second. Which is
Well,
where we're
That's
headed.
why I put an order in already to sell and make $50 and call it a day.
Okay, yeah. I've
That's
got,
all your blood pressure can handle, right?
Well, it's because it just kind of has gone flatline and
Yeah.
it's like, okay, I'm willing to take a couple of dollars. Oh, here he goes. He must have said
Okay.
something negative.
He said good
Dropping?
afternoon.
so we're
Go,
dropping,
baby,
right?
go, baby,
Yes.
go. Go down, come on.
Okay, I'm gonna DNA at 404.
All right, we're not there yet, but I hit the first standard deviation. Do you want me to still be showing my screen or?
Oh, no, I should show mine.
Yeah,
Yeah, if we could do that, that'd be great.
I stopped so that you could jump in there.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it. Let's take a look here.
Going back up.
Okay.
Now it's going up, yeah, but it's hovering right at the 405.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does anybody see anything in the news about what was said or?
Nothing yet.
Okay, we're still hanging at 405. I've got it in for 406 currently. So when I say that, what I mean is I've got my, oh, I don't. I had it at 404. So this is where I change it. Let's assume are we going up? Yeah, no, we're
Going
still,
down now.
well, I'll keep it at 404. And let's see. Yeah, it just doesn't want to go anywhere just yet. I'm not going to give it too much longer.
Yeah, it does. Here we go. 404, we're through 404, Mike.
All right, DNA.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're at
Wow.
403.
Wow.
Okay, now I've got the 404s. Highlight both.
403.
Now I got to do a 403 now. Analyze, create rolling order. Changes to Feb 1s.
Trying to come back.
We're at 403. Yeah, I missed that one. See how it just moves so fast. You're not going to always get them. I'll set it up at 403 now. So we now have the 404. Well, I got really close to 403 there.
Going down again.
Yeah, baby, come on.
You're close.
Oh,
There. Go.
are we there yet?
403.
Yeah.
We're 403.
Firm and send. Even a market order takes time to fill. Come on. Damn. What's wrong with your computers? That should have filled. So now I'm going to create a rolling order again.
Going down again.
Okay, so I'm getting nervous. All right, so I'm
You're going to be at 402 here shortly.
okay.
Well, look at it go.
Yeah.
402.
So Pat, your directional move, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
What did Pal say? Anything material? Well, it's only a 2-point drop. It's not that big.
It's going down again.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he's saying much.
Does he ever?
I got my 402s ready. Sell the 403s, buy the 402, rolling it down. Still at 403.
Yeah, it went to 402.50.
Inflation is well above goal.
Okay.
Doesn't seem like that's doing much.
We need to hear him say something like expect more pain.
402.
Yeah, nothing like that, Mike.
Recessionary fears are real, something negative. He's containing himself this time, looks like.
Gonna settle at 400.
You think 400?
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because it keeps trying to go up, but then it drops right down again.
So one of the things that you'll learn if you're doing this trading the VWAP, you usually have 4 or 5 down bars, then you'll have 1 or 2 up bars, and then it'll continue on its downward path. The trend is your friend till it's not.
Except at the end, yeah.
402.70 is a resistance.
402.70, yep, right there. Support.
Oh, look at
I-
that.
Back up.
support, support, yeah, support. Go. I DNA at 403.
Okay, good.
Good, because it's going up.
All right, let's get 404 ready. Now,
So now
unfortunately,
we're going from 403 to 404.
yep, looks like it. Leo, you're happy.
Yeah, I covered the loss. I'm even now.
Yep. Oh,
Now, what I don't know, everybody, is how long to keep doing this. Certainly by 3. Oh, there goes 404. We got it.
About another 5 or 10 minutes tops.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're at 403.90, close enough. I'm gonna grab that DNA.
Here comes the sellers
there's
now.
the seller.
Yeah.
2 bars, you said, Jeff.
Come on, stop there.
Oh, I missed the DNA because I had a limit order, so it didn't.
You're almost back to 403, Mike.
Yeah, so I missed it. Okay, so currently have the 403 still. We're back, almost back to 404.
Go.
403.96, I'm gonna grab it.
If this doesn't sound like a racetrack.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh,
I
it's still another one,
just went negative.
still going up. Mike, get your 405 ready,
Okay, thank you very much. Let me find it.
or not.
Feb ones. Okay, so
Oh, yeah.
hanging at 404.
He said it's
No, it's at 405.
Okay, let me get the 405s ready.
Yep, it's beyond it. Yep, it just hit beyond it.
You just did?
Yep, 405, 16, 12, 23,
Boom.
48, 58.
Boom.
Oh, my God, what a long bar. You in 405, Mike?
I'm just about to get it here. Let me make sure I got the market.
Right. There you go,
We want to get
406.
46.
406,
406, is it there?
Almost.
close.
Okay, let's do that.
Go up.
Mm,
Okay, 405.43.
There it is.
You have it?
15, 29, 39, 47.
Wow. Yep.
06, got it.
I'm out.
Did you make money?
Probably I'm doing the number now. Robin Hood is a big complex to do this, but yeah, probably $20. It's okay. I tell you in a minute.
We didn't get a big move either. So
Tell you in a minute.
this, the one fear I had about this strategy was if what's happening now, which is we're not getting a lot of movement, and that's required. Oh, it's required if you.
Straddle.
Sorry, I'm trying to. There it is. Create rolling order. What am I doing here?
Well, that was a long way, but it's still going up.
Oh, I screwed up somewhere.
Does it hit the second standard deviation? It's now
Oh.
to the third, which is 407.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Comes.
It's not working now. Darn it, what's happening with Thinkorswim? It's not giving me the roll order.
407, Kevin. 82,
88, 86,
90.
96,
407.
407, Mike.
wow.
Come on, Mike, get your heart going.
Oh,
Oh my God.
407, fast.
oh yes.
I've lost it here. Where am I at here?
We're going to try 408. Is that it?
No, that's not my problem. The problem is I can't, I don't have my straddle now. Something happened. 404. Okay, I just totally blew it up. I messed up. I
Sorry.
messed up the grade. But let's just buy the next one at the next strike, which is
407.
407 is the next one. Yeah, let's buy that one.
That's it. 407.22. And that's still going up.
Okay, we'll buy that one.
Get ready for the sell-off, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is straight up. That's
Yeah,
not gonna
there-
last.
Way too many up.
Yeah.
There's got to be a turnover.
407 just went by.
Okay, we have the 407 now. Do we have any important VWAP levels to talk about, Jeff?
We've moved past the third standard deviation, which was
Wow.
407. We're now into the sky is thin.
Coming down, Jeff, is 406 because it's quite a support level.
Yes, it is. 406, 406.70 is the third standard deviation.
Mhm. But it's,
Okay, so let me get my 407 ready here.
we're almost to 408.
So I'm going to create rolling order, lift it up to 408. 408. 408. Wow, it's showing a $2 debit. Oh, I got the wrong expirations again. This is actually pretty hard. All right.
That's why I said to you, you can do that on the computer. I couldn't do it.
Okay, I'm going to roll it up to 408. Because we're at 407.84. That's close enough. And now we have the 408.
We're starting to get a down bar. First one in all that climbing. That's amazing.
Yeah. But it's gonna get crazy.
Yeah.
I actually bought the 407 put.
Oh, yeah. How about 406?
Well, I'm already up $300, so
Wow. Wow.
Now we're dropping now. 407. Yeah.
Me. And have a little rest time right here. 407.50.
So we have the 407s currently. All right, so we're almost at quarter till. Let's see if we get a little run here, and then we're gonna wrap this up and have a little summary discussion about what we just did and the peril of
Wow.
managing rolling orders in the midst of this fast moves that take place. So it's quite challenging, honestly. All right, we're on to 409 here.
Yeah.
Let's go to 409.
Yeah. Made $21. Should I wait a little bit longer? But it's okay, better than now. I sold was 405 when I sold. It's okay.
so
Yeah.
Pat, I sold that when I told you I had it,
Yeah.
that bar.
Yeah.
I sold
Yeah.
it when it was up over $200. So make
Wow.
225.
Yeah.
Good. Wow.
Yeah.
But you don't hold on, right? I mean,
Right.
it-
Yeah.
get in, get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at times, that's what I do with the OCPs. If it makes a big move on one day, even though it's not expiration, if it's close enough and I look at the IV, and if, because the time is, you lose so much with theta. And over a day's time, a lot of times you're not going to get more up move or down move.
So Mike, while you got your screen sitting right there, can you do me a favor? Can you go into where it says studies?
Do you want the 10 and 30?
No, I want you to the right, the other studies.
Okay. Now, one sec, we're heading up to 409.
Oh, 9.
Oh, gotcha.
Um, mm, 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 mm.
So what wasn't a big move is now a 7-point move from the bottom.
Mhm.
533.20.
408.88.
And even a 4-point move from where we started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another 2-bar sideways and
I tell you, if somebody sees a hit 409, just let me know. I'm going to do put the studies on that Jeff's asking for. Jeff?
Yeah, study, add study, go to just to the left. You could do it just on the top where it says all studies. Go down to V.
Oops.
Yeah, I do that all the time. All the way down to the V. And then up above there, the second one is VWAP.
Mhm. Oh, wow. Awesome.
So you see the VWAP is in there. You see your standard deviations, which is the top and the bottom. And what, like Pat was saying, I can only get those two, right? Pat, that's what you had?
yeah, on the trade view.
Yeah. And I'll show you how to do it on TradeView. It's pretty quick. All you got to do is click on the gear. Oh, 409, Mike.
Got it. All right, DNA into 409, confirm and send, send.
Oh,
Come on,
410.
got it. Let's do the 409 now, get that one ready. Create rolling order. We're now, we're now,
410 if you can,
we're
Mike.
now using the Feb 3 strikes because I made a mistake again. And we are at 409, almost going to 410. So anyway, the data that I have isn't going to reveal a profit or loss, but what I would suspect is it will, but it won't be the correct data. What I would suspect is that if we're doing this at 1-point strikes, we're certainly not going to lose much at all. And if we do, so this to me shows how we can bulletproof muted new movements like we've had. And then in the event there's a massive move, we'll get paid.
Yeah.
So the main thing we have to worry about is that if the market doesn't move that much, and which is the case here, it's moved, what, 4 points? What was the total move from the bottom to the high, Jeff?
Went from 402 to about 409. It's about 7 points.
Yeah, so that's if you were able to catch it at the bottom and then all the way to top, and we would have with the rolling that we did, man, I can tell you this trade would have made money.
Mhm. Think of that 402 call.
Yeah. So I've heard you guys talking. I've been listening for the most part, but there is an opportunity to trade this directionally if you really lean on VWAP and trust it.
Well, and look at the green bars too. I mean, well, I'm looking at my 1-minute charts. Going up, we had some real sizable bars.
Mhm.
According to the history, there should be a reversal now, around 3 p.m. If you go back and look at the previous Fed,
410.
around 3 p.m. more or less.
Mike, if
Yeah.
you're still with us.
Yeah, I'm watching. We're almost at 410, 409.90. That's good. We'll take that.
Mike, what kind of credits are you getting each time with the 1-point move?
You can see them here. Because
Well,
that one, that was one of those mistakes, but you can see the credits are 4 cents, 3 cents, 25 cents. So that's enough to mitigate any kind of muted movements, you know. Minimize time decay for at least the first hour, avoid IV crush, and then position yourself for the event where there's a big move and make money. So I think we've proven it out that this strategy, if we're delta neutralizing at dollar point increments, we're dropping now around 409, is meaningful. I think it's a good strategy. It's day trading. It's a little bit stressful because you can't make any mistakes. There's a lot of moving parts to roll the orders, but it's something you can try to master in a simulated environment and then prepare yourself to trade it live if it works for you. So we just missed the DNA at 409. It's heading back up to 4010. So I think that's close to what I want to do to wrap this in terms of how to one way that you could explore to trade the Fed announcement, and then that opens the door for us to perhaps as a community learn more about VWAP. You know, what is it? How to set it up? How to get access to the data, and then supercharge your directional analysis. So we just shown you how to use it with straddles, but Jeff, you also said that on your iron condors, you use it to decide when to exit them and maybe take some heat during the life of the iron condor, right?
Yeah, I mean, it allows me to get a little closer, and if all of a sudden it goes against me, then what I typically will do is I'll use the VWAP to give me a how much pain am I willing to endure.
Right. So if the stock's in one of the wings of your iron condor and you're losing a bit of money, you see the VWAP suggesting that it's going to rise back up into the body, then you'll hold.
Correct.
Has
The
that
other
been-
thing I've been doing is I've been using this to do a lot of those dark net trades that come through that from Tom's tools. And
Mhm.
because of it, it's the same thing with entering butterflies or entering any of the trades. What I typically do is I wait for it to get right around the VWAP, then I'll make my entrance.
What's your win rate? Now, I already know, but would you tell them your win rate?
Yeah, my dark net trades are about 82% right now.
Are you making money?
Yeah, well, I've been buying them and selling them, getting 100 and 150 bucks each. And I've done 20 of them, so just do the math.
That's great. And what's your average loss look like?
The average loss is right around 65 bucks.
Damn.
The other thing I've started to do, now I'm starting to back test this, but all those darknet trades that are brought out as calls is the way that Tom's trying to do it. I've been looking at doing them as straddles to minimize some of the craziness that's been going on in this market. And I've noticed that takes out a lot of the risk.
I'm compelled to know more. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes, yes, yes.
yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I see the possibility of us having another tranche in the company, which is directional trading, and not necessarily day trading. Jeff's, do you hold on to these for longer than a day, or do you?
Well, lately I haven't really carried anything over because I don't trust the market. It's up one day, down the next.
Yeah.
And cash is my friend.
It's a nice relationship to have.
Yeah.
All right, I think we're going to wrap this for today. This was our first shot at it. I think we'll do it the next Fed announcement, and then I need to tighten up my Thinkorswim prowess. I was nervous and excited and trying to teach and try to listen, and I made a few mistakes in Thinkorswim, and I've been doing this for 25 years. So that's a nut that will need to be cracked if you find this appealing.
Mike, but I think a comment on that, though, I think going that fast, one has to expect maybe one or two mistakes as we go along,
Yeah.
because it's so fast. And also, do the different brokers fill it right away unless it's by market?
Exactly.
Can't you set up saved trades in advance, like one strike
Yeah.
apart?
Well, yeah, we could definitely set up staged orders to make it a little faster. Yeah,
And you can set up, you can have multiple just in case it goes one direction or the other at different levels.
Oh, you know what we got to do is set up a template. Check out this template. I have an idea. Let me put it in an Excel spreadsheet so this make a little sense. John, you know something about you? Is you ask questions that have me see things that I don't normally see without your questions.
You're always thinking, the guy.
I know.
Well, can you get me some electricity here in Austin? I mean, there's no electricity at the hotel here. My clinic canceled and I'm just sitting here freezing.
Oh, that's right. It's freezing out there.
Oh, yeah, it's nasty.
So here's a template. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to set up the template. And the template would be an order to do this. The template would allow you to sell, straddle.
We're not seeing your screen, Mike.
Okay, sorry about that. Thank you. Thanks for the reminder. I'm all jacked up from this. My mind is all over the map. So the idea of the template would be to sell, straddle that you own. Let me just this is in my head. I just got to get it on paper. So there'll be two orders. One, sell the straddle that you own. Two, buy new straddle. At a strike. And this trade would have a contingency. And this way we can automate it and go fast and not make mistakes like I did. A contingency to execute at a particular stock price. So for example, you're in the 405 straddle and that's the one you own and you want to sell that one and buy the 406 and you want to do that when the stock hits 406. So then you can automate the whole thing. So the contingent would be the stock hits the desired strike. Okay, so that would be for a bull, and then you do the same thing for the bear. I'm going to build this. I'm so compelled. I'm going to build this after the call here. Oops. So this would be the bullish adjustment, and then you'd have a bearish adjustment as well. And let's say we want to sell the stock, sell the straddle that you own, and then buy the 404 underneath. And that strike there, 404, would be the contingency. And then you do both of these as an OCO. So that would mean that you'd have your bull trade here. This will make more sense when I build it and show it to you. So we could have, this would be one order. It didn't fill. This would be the bull order. And then this would be the bear, different color. And then both of these would be governed by an OCO. One cancels other here. What that means is, and this will be a template, so all you got to do is fill in the strikes. You hit a button, fill in the strikes, and then send it out and wait. And then automatically, when the stock hits, in this case, 406 or 404, boom, delta neutralized at market price. That may not have made a lot of sense, but the point is, with a template, John, we set it up so all you got to do is hit the template and alter the strikes, and then hit send, and then automatically the roll would happen the instant the stock hits that particular level.
Well,
so yeah, I think we, for the next phase, this is our first attempt. I wasn't sure how it was going to go, and I made some mistakes, but I think the concept has been revealed, and the outcome is that with John's amazing question that he always asks them, with that question, thank you. The outcome is we can automate this entire thing to eliminate mistakes and do it fast.
awesome.
Wow.
Hey, Mike, thank you for doing this. This is terrific.
Oh, you're welcome, Dave. It's a pleasure, man. I love it. And let's thank Jeff for his time and effort, man. Jeff, we really appreciate it, buddy.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely.
You're welcome.
All
And I
right.
won't be able to give you a final because I made mistakes somewhere along there trying to do all of the changes because TTR is not built to do this on the backside.
No, it's not. It's not. We're gonna have to trade this one blind. Now you could put all the orders back in Thinkorswim retroactively, and the way you would do that is when you go to your fill report in your broker's platform, you can see all the credits that we got here. And there's some mistakes in here, but with very few exceptions, we generated a credit each time we did a roll. And then, so we're generating credit, offsetting time decay loss, offsetting IV crush, and we didn't even get a big move. And we at least broke even on this thing, if not made a little bit, had we done it right. So that's what I'm seeing. Any other comments or questions about what we just did today?
A lot of fun.
Yeah, why did you use expiration today? Why did you use February 1st expiration?
Delta gamma, more delta, more gamma, which means we can. This is completely a delta strategy. So we're
so the theta decay of today will not be offset by the others. Will be offset by the other stuff.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
The other, so it's really, we're capturing small directional moves and generating a little credit each time. And the point I also want to make is the time decay and the IV will fluctuate, but time decay is really not going to hit us too hard in the first hour.
Okay.
So yeah, if we use Feb 2, Feb 3, longer term options, we'd make less money. So one of the things about Delta is it's the highest as you approach expiration. Good question. All right, everybody, we got earnings coming up in about 2 hours. I'm going to be doing the earnings group coaching today. So if you're in that fold, please join us. And you should have received an email for the hedge fund class, which starts tomorrow at 8 p.m. I'm teaching on behalf of Tom. Tom and I are teaching the first one. First one's free to anybody that wants to come. So you might come into the first class, and if you don't want to continue, just don't sign up. And anybody that in your life that might be interested is welcome to join Thursday at 8 p.m. as well. So all of you have received that link. If you haven't, shoot an email over to Gerardo or support@mwtradecoach.com, and we'll get you the information, get you the registration link for tomorrow night's class.
Mike, do you know if that's going to be recorded?
It will be, yes.
Okay, because I have another class and I'm debating. I don't want to cancel the other one, but I want to hear what Tom has to say in the first class.
Okay. Yeah, you'll if you like what you see, Sue, I know you've already taken the hedge fund course. Some of you may want it, some of you are taking it again, people do. But you'll have a chance to register before the following Thursday if you're interested in a retake. And then after the hedge fund class, I'm teaching a 1-on-5 small group coaching. We're offering that right after. So you may want, some of you that want to really tighten up your hedge fund prowess, you could maybe consider the small group coaching that'll happen in about 6 weeks. All right, that was great. Thanks everybody. Thank you, Jeff. Thanks for your comments, Pat and Andrew, for tracking as much as you could. And we'll be prepared for the next one. And we have a new plan. So I'm excited about the outcome we achieved today. So thanks, everybody.
Thanks.
Pura vida. Much love. See ya.